baseball player. Rob, what do you make of what's happening right now where we're tuning in? Think about this. We're crazy. We're all crazy. And I'm right there. I'm at the front of the line. We're tuning in to watch a football coach who doesn't play, but we're tuning in to watch the coach. Coach, what do you make of this?
It is a phenomenon. There's no doubt about it. Deion has all the personality, everything that he's done. Let's just be honest. Hall of Fame football player, was a very good baseball player and exciting. You know, we saw this guy get an interception in a football game and then go get a home run in a baseball game in the same day. Like, that just doesn't happen to most athletes. And then with all of his charisma and just who he is, he's done a great job. I mean, Colorado won one game last year, and already they've won 3 games. And they got celebrities from all over the country coming out to see Colorado. Now, here's the big thing. We're all those people who were dissing Deion for leaving Jackson State. Remember that he ran a bamboozle on the kids and it wasn't right. And he went and took the money and left the HBCU. And then all the celebrities who have shown up so far, they better keep coming when they lose the next couple of games and they start losing and they ain't winning every week. Just keep the same energy. Don't be a front runner.
Energy.
If you're going to, you know what? Because most people didn't even know where Boulder was. And now all of a sudden, you know, everybody and their uncle are there. They better be there when Deion loses to Oregon or if he loses to USC.
Which he plays.
But you know what, Rita?
They play back-to-back. Rita, Oregon this weekend, USC the following
Oregon
weekend.
and USC.
Yeah.
I'll say this, Rita, because I know you have some thoughts on this. Deion is handling business on the field. Deion is entertaining off the field, but he also comes up with some, pretty profound remarks, and people listen to him. This is Deion, talking about a situation that we all saw. Here's his take on that situation when it comes to death threats. There were the death threats for a Colorado State player. Here's Deion.
Henry Blackburn, I want you guys to record this and run with this. Henry Blackburn is a good player who played a phenomenal game. He made a tremendous hit on Travis on the sideline. You could call it dirty. You could call it he was just playing the game of football. But whatever it was, it does not constitute that he should be receiving death threats. This is still a young man trying to make it in life, a guy that's trying to live his dream and hopefully graduate with honors or degree, committed to excellence and go to the NFL. He does not deserve a death threat over a game. At the end of the day, this is a game. Someone must win, someone must lose. Everybody continues their life the next day. Very unfortunate. I'm saddened if there's any of our fans that's on the other side of those threats. I would hope and pray not, but that kid was just playing the best of his ability, and he made a mistake. So I forgive him. See you. Our team forgive him. Travis he's forgiven him. Let's move on. But that kid does not deserve that.
How about that, Rita? How about that response? Yeah. And I know you have some feelings about this story and how it's developed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thank you so much, Coach Prime, for saying that, because it needed to be said. And it's really unfortunate that it needs to be said, right? Because it is just a game. The problem that I have, guys, is that I've seen grown celebrities picking on a college kid. I have seen this on social media. Grown men that have followings and influence attacking a child, attacking a young man in college, making a play. And look, we can sit here and argue, do I think that the play was necessary? No. Did it look dirty? Yes. Ironically, though, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that's a regular play in college football. And I think that that's why you hear Hunter saying when they asked him, it's just football, because, the rules have changed. But unfortunately, it's where he got hit and how he reacted after when he got hit. I think that upsets people. I think that y'all have to chill out on these kids. These casuals that are jumping on the bandwagon are really upset, saying that this child should be suspended, which that's a slippery slope, because guys that are spearing, using helmet to helmets, you're not asking for them to be suspended, but you're asking a guy that led with his shoulder and his arm to be suspended. It's a slippery slope. These are still kids. Should he be reprimanded throughout his organization? Yes. Are you asking the NCAA to get involved? Well, then you're asking the NCAA to get involved with all of these. And that's where the slippery slope starts. And I'm glad that somebody spoke out and said, stop sending death threats to a young man, a child still in college.
Bravo. Deion is right on the money. He's a college player. We need to stop this. I mean, I don't, people are so caught up. And because, it's really just has to do with, they can be, put out something on social media. They don't think about it. They don't think about the impact. And you talked about it, all the followers and making people, the angry mob mentality. It's really bad. And then if it was somebody, their kid or somebody in their family was involved in something, they would be pushing back and telling people that they're wrong to attack a kid. I don't even know how you get away with that.
So, Parker, you said something about USC and, Colorado taking on Oregon and USC in the same energy. Rita, you may have had a problem with what Dr. Parker had to say. What was the issue here? I want y'all to hash this out so I can sit back and just watch.
What should I have with Dr. Parker? Because I believe I'm with him. They do need to have the same energy. I mean,
that's all. What I'm saying? It's like people front run.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And
it's big time
now,
around
right?
here.
Because he's 3-0. But if they start losing, I'm just saying, is Lil Wayne gonna have a concert after they lose the next 2 games? I'm just asking.
Maybe. Let me ask you guys this: How far do you think Colorado can take it this year? We know they won 1 game last year. They're 3-0. Competition has not been great. Let's be honest. How far can you look at this schedule? How many games can this team win realistically?
If they can win 5 or 6, it's already been a great season. If they win 5 or 6, Deion should be very proud. There's a lot of turnover on the roster, right? A lot of new stuff, new pieces, parts. I mean, and Deion getting acclimated and everything. I mean, beating TCU to open, that just kind of set the tone, obviously, because they were in a national championship game. But if they win 5 or 6 games, it's a successful season. I'm not expecting more than that.
I agree with that. I definitely think that 5, I see 5. I see 2 more wins based on this schedule that you guys are putting up. But again, we like to stomp on the Pac-12 because of its demise and how poorly they've been in terms of their functions, their day-to-day functions. But they still are one of the best. If you notice, like how many teams are ranked in the they still have one of the best conferences in terms of that. So, I mean, he's definitely exceeded what people's expectations are. And I think people should revel in that. But when the reality does start to set in, you better stay on that wagon, baby, because I'm going to remind you how you was acting when it was 3-0. I'm definitely going to be there if they turn 5 and 7. I'm going to remind you.
Well, I'll say this on the way out. One, that Colorado has a different mentality, a different view of reporting and attention than USC does, Rob, where they're trying to shut down reporters for doing their jobs. So I think that's part of the reason we're drawn to Colorado. They're a little bit different. And I'll also say this, Mr. Parker, happy anniversary. It's the Odd Couple, you and Chris Broussard. 5 years of the Odd Couple. May you have 55 more. I know Broussard's not saying that about you. Broussard ain't saying that, but I'll say it.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep, Fox Sports Radio every night, 7 to 10 Eastern. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Ron Parker, good to see you. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.